Hello and welcome. My name is Ola Jacobson, and I'd like to personally thank you for buying my course, 6 Weeks to Healthy Blood Sugar Levels. In this course, I go through with you the exact steps I use to overcome type 2 diabetes and get my blood sugar levels normal again. This course is divided into 6 modules, and this is module 1. But before I begin, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes over 10 years ago, and I was told back then by my doctor that it is a chronic condition that will get worse over time. I started off taking 2 tablets for the condition, and within a few years I was taking 6 tablets twice a day. I just thought it was normal, because as described, I thought it would get worse over time. But it was not until I was prescribed insulin and I started to feel the side effects that alarm bells started to ring. I would get unstable blood sugar levels, terrible mood swings, and despite my best efforts to lead a healthy lifestyle, I still gained weight. So this made me wonder why this was an approved course of treatment for my condition, if as described, it came with so many side effects. And in my quest for knowledge, I started looking into type 2 diabetes a lot more. In doing so, I was able to come across some information that not only enabled me to overcome the condition and get my blood sugar levels healthy again, I was also able to lose weight, and more importantly, I was able to stop using insulin and reduce my medication intake drastically. I have broken down this information into 6 modules, which I will be sharing with you on this course. So let's begin with module 1. In this module, we'll be looking at the mindsets we need to have to succeed, our relationship with food, and what it actually means to be a type 2 diabetic. So let's begin with our mindsets. In order to succeed on this course and overcoming our blood sugar levels, there are 2 mindsets we need to have. And the first one is a concept called extreme ownership. What this simply means is making ourselves accountable for where we are currently in life. So whatever predicament or situation we find ourselves in, the buck stops with us, and we're not blaming anyone else for our current predicament. For example, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and it didn't matter whether or not it was hereditary or whether it was self-inflicted. It doesn't change that fact that I'm a type 2 diabetic, but what did matter was I was able to make strides to overcome the condition. So I took extreme ownership of the situation and my life, and now I've overcome the condition, and I would urge you to do the same. The second concept is something called resistance. Resistance is a force in the opposing direction of when we're about to accomplish something big or great. So for example, we're about to embark on this journey of overcoming type 2 diabetes and getting our blood sugar levels healthy again. And to accomplish this, we know we need to cut down on sugars we eat. But there's unhealthy foods and there's sugars everywhere. Now, that's a form of resistance. Or say, for example, we're about to go for a job interview, and on the way in the car gets a flat tire. Well, that's another form of resistance. Resistance happens to all of us, and it comes in different shapes and sizes. And it's just something that tries to stop us from achieving what we need to achieve. So we need to have that mindset that when resistance happens to us, we need to power through and just overcome it and continue going. Okay, so now let's take a look at our relationship with food. So food is simply a nutritious substance we eat or drink in order to maintain life or growth. So food shouldn't be what we eat when we're sad or when we're unhappy. So for example, we shouldn't really comfort eat, because that's how we overeat and that's how we gain weight. Food can be broken down into 3 categories. We have proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Each category is important to the body, but as a type 2 diabetic, what I wasn't told was the effect carbohydrates has on our blood sugar levels, especially complex carbohydrates, such as white bread, white rice, flour, pasta, etc. To successfully get our blood sugar levels under control, it is important we make some adjustments to our carbohydrate intake. There will be more on this topic in the next modules. So what does it mean to be a type 2 diabetic? Well, it means the cells in our body is resistant to insulin, and that they are unable to absorb the carbohydrates we eat effectively. So this leads to us having excess glucose levels in our blood, and excess glucose levels in our blood over a long period of time could lead to some life-changing conditions, such as loss of vision and nerve damage. So that's it for this module. The action items for these modules is to make a list of where we think we'll get resistance from, and the second action item is to make a list of foods we eat and try and categorize them into the 3 different food groups. Then once you've done that, I'd like you to go in the Facebook group and post it on there. I'll see you on the next module. Thank you.